Standard 7 Subject English Grammar. Good morning, students. Today we are going to start our next chapter in the grammar, that is adjectives. So let us begin. Okay, first of all, let us begin with the meaning of adjective. So what is an adjective? An adjective is a word that tells us more about a noun or a pronoun. So, when an adjective is used in a sentence, that adjective it is giving us more information about the noun or pronoun which is used in the sentence. So it tells us more about the noun. Now let us see the example. Karan is a naughty boy. So in this sentence, the noun is Karan. And what kind of boy Karan is? So here the specification is given that he is a naughty boy. So naughty, it is the information which is given to us about Karan. So the word naughty, it gives more information about Karan. So naughty is an adjective. Next example is given. There are 5 computers in the room. So how many computers are there? 5. So 5 it describes that how many number of computer, that is computer is the noun, and how many computers are there, that is 5. So the number 5 it is describing the noun in this sentence. Next point it is adjectives can be used either before or after the noun. So the word adjectives or the describing word adjective, it can be used either before the noun or after the noun. But when we are using it before the noun, it is known as attributive adjective, and when we use the adjective after the noun, then it is known as predicative adjective. So this we have to keep in mind. When adjective is used before the noun, it is known as attributive, and when it is used after the noun, so mainly when it is used after the noun, it will be followed after the verb as well as it will be in the predicate form. When the predicate part, so you must be knowing the subject and predicate in the sentence. So when the adjective is in predicative form, then it is predicatively it is used, then the adjective will be after the verb as well as it will be placed in the part of the predicate. So let us see the example of both of these. First one, it was a beautiful play. So here play is the noun and the adjective beautiful, it is placed before the noun. So it is known as attributive adjective because the adjective is used before the noun. Now see the second example given over here. The play was beautiful. So just see the difference. Both it is same meaning, of both the example it is same, but in one sentence the adjective is placed before the noun, and in the second one it is placed after the noun, as well as it is placed after the verb, and it is also in the predicative part of the sentence. So see the second example. When the adjective is used after the noun, it is known as predicative adjective. So you have to just simply keep this in mind. When adjective is placed before the noun, it is attributive adjective, and when the adjective is placed after the noun, it is known as predicative adjective. Next topic, it is types of adjectives. There are different kinds of adjectives. So most commonly used different types of adjectives, it is given over here. First one, adjective of quality. Second, adjective of quantity. Third, adjective of number. Fourth, demonstrative adjectives. Fifth, interrogative adjectives. And the sixth one, it is possessive adjective. So mainly adjective of quality, it tells us what kind of the noun is. Second, adjective of quantity, it tells us how much in quantity the noun is. Third, adjective of number, it tells us the number of nouns. Demonstrative adjective, it points out the noun. Fifth one, it is interrogative adjective, it is used to ask question. And the last one, it is possessive adjective. So possessive adjective, it shows the position of the noun. Now let me explain you these kinds of adjectives in little bit detail. So first one, adjective of quality. So adjective of quality is used to talk about the quality of a person or thing. So mainly when we use the adjective of quality, it gives us more information about the type or quality of the person or the thing about whom we are talking in the sentence. Now see the example for that. Suman is wearing a new dress. So what type of dress she is wearing? New. So that is the extra information or the quality of the person or thing which we got the information about with the help of the adjective. So here the noun is dress, and that thing, it is being more qualified by the word new. So it gives us more information about the noun dress, that it is a new dress. Next one, it is adjective of quantity. So adjective of quantity, it shows the quantity of noun or pronoun used in the sentence. So how much quantity the noun or pronoun is, it is mentioned or we know about it with the help of adjective of quantity. So example given over here, I have a few tickets still left with me. So here the noun is ticket, and I get more information with the help of the quantity of the number of tickets. That is, I am having few tickets with me. So the word few, it gives me more information about the ticket, that how much quantity of tickets I am having with me still left. So that the word few, it is adjective of quantity. Next, it is adjective of number. An adjective of number tells us exactly how many of something there is. So when adjective of quantity is used in a sentence, it tells us how many. So how many noun or person or thing it is being mentioned in the sentence. So it gives, particularly it is used in numbers, for example 5, 10, 100, 20, like that. So see the example we are given over here. We have about 20 students in this group. So how many students are there? 20 students. So the word 20 or the number 20, it gives us information about the noun students, that how many are there? There are 20. So the word 20, it is adjective of number. Next type, it is demonstrative adjectives. So demonstrative adjectives are used to modify a noun so that we know which specific person, place or thing it is mentioned. So usually we use demonstrative adjective to point out something. So when we talk about a particular thing or to point something specifically about a person, place or thing, at that time we use demonstrative adjective. So mainly four demonstrative adjective are this, that, these and those. So this and that singular form, these and those, it is the plural form of this and that. So these four are the demonstrative adjective. See the example. That house across the street is so adorable. So I am pointing out at a particular house. So that is that. And mainly the difference between this and that, THIS, this, it is used to point out something which is near to me. And THAT, that, it is used to point out the things which is little bit far away from me. So this you can keep in mind. This is used to point out something which is nearer to the person, and that is used to point out which is little bit far away from the person. So here, that house across the street. So as it is used that, so the person or the speaker, he is showing or pointing out his finger little bit far away. And so here, so in short, this demonstrative adjective, it is used to point out something. Next one, interrogative adjective. An interrogative adjective is a word that modifies a noun by asking a question. So when uh, interrogative words are used to form a question or to ask a question, that word or that interrogative word, it is known as interrogative adjective. So it mainly you have to keep in mind that it is used to ask questions. So when question word are used to ask question, those question word in the adjective form, it is known as interrogative adjective. So see the example given, which pen is yours? So it is asking the question. So the question word which, it is adjective, interrogative adjective. Next one, possessive adjective. So a word that indicates the possession of the noun is known as possessive adjective. So the word which is used to show the belongingness of anything of the noun, that belongingness word, it is known as possessive adjective. Belongingness means that particular thing belongs to his, her, their, like that. So when a word indicates the possession of the noun, that word, it is known as possessive adjective. See the example. This is our house. So whose house it is? Our. So the word our, it is possessive adjective. So let us begin with the next topic of the chapter adjective, that is comparison of adjectives. Adjectives of quality, it is divided into 3 degrees of comparison mainly. So which are those 3 degrees of comparison? First it is positive degree, second one comparative degree, and the third one is superlative degree. So let me explain when these individual degrees are being used. So let us start with positive degree. The positive degree is used when no comparison is made. So in a sentence, when there is no comparison done, at that time we will use the positive degree form of the adjective. So there is no comparison, so it will be positive degree used. Example, you just see, this is an old man. So there is no comparison done between any other old man. So here we are talking about one person and there is no comparison. So the man we are talking about, the quality of that man is he is old. So there is no other comparison. So we are using positive degree. So next one, the comparative degree. So when two people or things are compared, the comparative form is used. So when comparison between two people or two things it is done, comparative degree is used. So just keep in mind when I am explaining, comparative degree is used when comparison between two. Remember the word two. When comparison between two people or things is being done, at that time we will use comparative degree. See the example. This man is older than the other. So here the narrator or the speaker, he is comparing between two men who is there. So he is comparing that from that two, one person he is older than the other. So here comparison between two old men it is been done. Next one, it is superlative degree. So when the comparison between two or more things is done, at that time we use superlative degree. It is this, you keep in mind, when comparison between the things or nouns which is more than two, it is superlative degree. So once again let me explain. When positive degree is used, there is no comparison in the sentence between the noun or the thing. When comparative degree is used, the comparison between two person or two thing is done. Keep in mind the word two. And then superlative degrees, when comparison between the noun and thing which is more than two. When more than two is compared, at that time we will use superlative degree. So see the example, this man is the oldest of all. So when I mention all, it is more than one, it is more than two. So it is number, it is not specific. So many more than two must be there. So when more than two comparison it is being used, we will use the superlative degree. And next is formation of the comparative and superlative degree. So there are different methods in which we can form the comparative and superlative degrees of the adjective. So let me explain one by one in which method or how you can form comparative and superlative degrees. So the first point is, when most adjectives form their comparative and superlative degree by adding er and est to the positive form of the adjective. So I know these all things you have studied in your previous class. It is just a type of revision being done. So most of the adjectives, when you are changing it into comparative or superlative degree, so most of it comparative degree, it is being changed by adding er at the end of the word, and for superlative degree we add est at the end of the positive word. So here the example is given, tall. Positive form of word is tall, and to change this word into comparative we are adding er to it, so it becomes taller. And when we are changing this word into superlative, we will add est to it and it becomes tallest. Next point, it is When an adjective ends in E, only R and ST are added. So when the adjective used in the positive, it is ending with the word E. If the last letter of the word it is E, then the comparative form it will only add R, and superlative form it will add ST. So there will not be any ER or EST. When you add ER again, so two repetition of E will be there. So it will be BRAVER, braver. We are using only R. There is no repetition of E over there. And for superlative, BRAVEST. So again we are only adding ST because already the last word or last letter of that word it is E. So we are removing that E from ER and E from EST. Got it? Next point it is when the adjective ends in Y with the consonant before it, the Y changes to I and ER and EST is, or sorry, R is added. So when an adjective or the positive form of adjective it is ending with Y, and before that Y there is a consonant. So I know you all know the what is consonant and what is vowel. So A, E, I, O, U it is vowel, and remaining all letter it is consonant. So when the positive form of the adjective it is ending with Y, sorry, and before that Y there is a consonant placed. So when this type of word it is being mentioned, at that time when you change that into comparative, so you have to remove that Y from the ending, and in the place of Y you have to place I, and then you have to add er to the comparative form, and in superlative remove y, add I, and then add est. So example given over here it is HAPPY, happy. So y it is the ending of the word, and before y it is the letter P. So P is a consonant. So as P is a consonant, what we have to do? We have to remove the Y from there, and in place of Y we have to add I, and then for comparative we are going to add ER. So it becomes HAPPIER. So it becomes happier. And for superlative degree, HAPP, Y we will remove, and in place of Y we will add I, and then EST. So happiest. Got it? Next point, when the adjective ends in a consonant with a short vowel sound before it, the last consonant doubles and ER and EST are added. So when in the positive form, the adjective it ends with the consonant, but when we pronounce that word, there is a vowel sound before the consonant. So just understand it carefully. The word ends with the consonant, but when you are speaking it out, spelling it out, there is a vowel sound before the consonant. At that time, what we are supposed to do, we are going to double the consonant and then add the word ER and EST to the comparative and superlative degree. Now see the example given, hot. So the word it ends with T, the word T, and T is a consonant. But when I pronounce this word hot, O, so the word O it is being the word it is been before the consonant it is heard, it is the O sound, and O is a vowel. So in this form, what you have to do, you have to double the consonant. So it becomes H-O-T is a consonant. So you double the T. H-O-T-T-E-R for comparative degree. So it becomes hotter. And when you are using it for superlative, H-O-T-T-E-S-T, hottest. Okay, so keep in mind when an adjective it is ending with a consonant, but when you pronounce it before the consonant sound there is a vowel, then you have to double the consonant letter which is the last word, and then you have to add er and est to the particular word. Some adjectives form the comparative and the superlative form by adding more before the comparative and most before the superlative degree. So some adjectives they don't take er or est behind the word to form comparative and superlative. Instead, they just have or they just add more before comparative and most before superlative degree. So example given over here, first one it is beautiful positive form, and when we have to change this word into comparative, more beautiful or most beautiful. Next it is irregular comparison. So some words certain words do not form their comparative and superlatives in any of the above ways. So there are three different forms each other in comparative, positive and superlative degrees. So some irregular comparison of adjectives. So some words they don't take er or est, or they are not adding more or most or less or least in before the positive word. They just when they are changed into comparative and superlative, the word it is been totally changed. So these type of adjective it is known as irregular comparison of the word. So some of the examples, mostly these are the irregular words or positive form of adjectives mainly used. So first one is good. It changes to better at best. Next, much. It changes to more, most. Little, less, least. Next, it is bad, worse, worst. Next, old. Old changes into older and elder in comparative form, and oldest and eldest in the superlative form. And for far, it changes to farther and further, and superlative farthest and furthest. Some adjectives they are having two forms in comparative and superlative. So they have different uses in each form. So in the previous slide, I showed you in the comparative and superlative, the last two one it is old, older, elder, oldest and eldest. So it is having two comparative form and two superlative form. So when two it is given, it is used for different situations. So what are those different situation or what are the different uses? Let us see. So the word elder and eldest are used to talk of people, not animal or things, and it is exclusively for the members of a family. So when we are going to use elder and eldest, we use elder and eldest only for people. When we talk about people, at that time only we are going to use the word comparative form of elder and superlative form eldest. We will not be using these words for any animal or things. It is exclusively used for people only, and specifically when we are mentioning about our family members. Example is Tony is my elder brother. So we are talking about the person that is Tony and he is my family member. So we are using the word elder. Next it is older and oldest are both used with people as well as things. And the second form of comparative, that is older and oldest, it is used for all. It is, see, the elder and eldest form, it was only used for person, but older and oldest, it can be used for animals also, things also, as well as people also. So when we are specifically using for the person, and specifically it is the family member, you are supposed to use elder and eldest. And older and oldest, you can use it for all type of person, place, thing and animal. Here, example given over here, this is the oldest building in the village. So here comparison is done, but here the particular person, it is not mentioned, it is the place, that is building or the thing. So we are using oldest. Next it is farther and further. Farther is used when we talk about the distance. When we talk about the distance, at that time we will use the word farther and farthest. And when we are talking about addition of something, that at that time we will use the word further and furthest. See the difference. For farther, for distance, we will use FARTHER, and when we are using it for addition of something, we will use the spelling FURTHER, further. So this, you just make it a point. Farther and farthest, it is used for distance, and further and furthest, it is used for addition. Example, the airport was farther from the city than I thought. So here it is talked about the distance from the city. So we are using the word farther. So spelling FARTHER. In the second one, I want to hear no further argument. So it is used to mention about any addition or no more arguments. So no need of addition of any argument. So we have used FURTHER. I hope you all understood these points and you are not having any doubt in adjectives now. Home assignment: write down these exercise in your notebook and write down their answers with pencil. Question number 1. Identify the adjectives in the following sentences and state their kind. So you have to first pick out the adjective from the sentence, and then you have to write down which type or kind of adjective it is. Question number 2. Pick out the adjectives in the following sentences and say whether they have been used attributively or predicatively. So how you have to do or write this exercise in the notebook, one example I have given. So you are supposed to do it like this way in your notebook. Question number 3. Give the comparative and the superlative degrees for the following words. And question number 4. Filling the blanks with the correct form of adjectives given in the bracket. So in this you have to read the sentence and accordingly you have to use the adjectives in their correct form, that is in the positive, comparative or superlative form. Whichever it is appropriate, you have to use that form in this blanks. Thank you for watching this video.